my inspection of my fencing around my place, and as you can see, they're all pretty solid, except for this one here. As you can see, the post is gone. So what I'm going to do today is show you how to repair this without taking the post out. Now first of all, as you can see, all these sharp spiky bushes here. Now you don't want to get rid of that, so what you need is a chopper. Well, the thing to do is cut all these brambles back, because if you're going to get down there, what you don't want to do is have any of this stuff in here. So you've got to clear back the land, keep chopping and chopping, get it right back out of the way. As you can see, it's not an easy job, but you just got to keep chopping. Get them back, get them off everything, yeah, chop them, chopping. Right, so we've chopped away a lot of the, there, that's nice. Keep chopping, chopping and chopping. Now, what I'm going to do now, before I go any further, I'm now going to get my spade and loosen up the ground in front of the posts and see how much concrete is out around this old post. So I'm going to get my spade now. I've now got my spade here. I'm going to give it a bit of pre-dig, loosen up the ground a bit first and see if we can get in there, because before we get to, oh, it's coming out quite nicely at the moment. So what you do is you dig in front of the post to try and get to the front of the concrete. Always remember to wear steel toe-cap boots. What you don't want to do is put a tool through your foot. That wouldn't be very good. So we keep digging here. We might be fortunate, you never know, but you've got to go down to the required depth, anywhere between 18 inches and 2 foot really, if you want to put the spur repair in. So we're going quite well. Yeah, so after you've dug a bit of a hole, use a nice long metal spike like this if you've got one. If you can get in there, use a spike. It's not exactly the easiest tool to use, and you've got to keep going. But I thought we'd start with this, see how if it's loose. If not, I'll go to my electric breaker. But so far, we seem to be going quite well. As I say, it's not the easiest jobs. Sometimes it can go well, sometimes not. But the end result is a nice solid fence post, and it will last for a long time. So what I think I'll do is I might just get my breaker out and just get it, because it's a little bit stiff here. It's mainly brick, but we could hit concrete. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to set my breaker up now. I'll leave that there. I'll go and get my breaker and see if we can break through, make it a bit easier. Well, I'm back now. I've got my Bosch drill with me, but I've got a few other tools I want to show you as well. Hammer, nice trowel, a long bar to hit with. Right, so we don't need this at the moment. We'll take that out of the hole. Oh, let's put it over there then. Okay, one thing you must know about safety before you ever use a power cable tool, make sure you've checked it. I've checked this already. This is a 240 volt, but make sure at home you've got a breaker into the 240 electrics, because what you don't want is a shock. Never let the cables go through water. Try and keep them dry and always roll them up. Anyway, time's pressing on, so let's crack on with this now, yeah? So I'm going to do this and do a bit of drilling, see if we can... Oh, let's change the setting, right? Let's get a little more... So what we're going to do now is we'll have a bit of a dig out. So I've got my little trowel. Yes, it is like a potting trowel, but it's very good in these small little areas. There we go, look, we're going to try and get down. So it's not an easy job, and it's not a quick job, but it's a job that's got to be done because, well, if you want to keep your fencing up this time of year, as we're heading into winter and the storms will be up soon, so it's best to pre-guard against any more disasters that can happen. Yep, you've got to keep going down. So it's not an easy job, but it's one that's got to be done, so yep, keep going. That's the only way. It's just to keep going, keep digging once you get down to the correct depth. club hammer and my nice long spike here. Always wear gloves. It protects your hand in case you should slip. Right, I just need to loosen it a bit more. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, but it's not the easiest job in the world. It's coming along now, slowly now. It's starting to break up the bottom of the hole. Let's just get down to the correct height. It's funny how these jobs always happen in early winter time. You find yourself outside when it's really cold and you should be doing a bit of decorating or internal DIY, but no, it's got to be done, and it's good for the soul to know you've done it. So we're getting down to the right height now. You can see we've been quite fortunate this one that it's mainly been brick and not too much concrete. But you never know when you're digging what you're going to find. Once a long ago, I was out with a colleague of mine, and we was out digging in this place, and we actually found a Roman coin. So you never know what you're going to find. It wasn't a very fantastic coin, but it was a Roman coin, and he's got it at home. So you never know. Actually, I do a lot of historical stuff. I'm into Romans. I'm into World War II. In my time, I've been out metal detecting. And I really enjoy it. But anyway, back to the job in hand, because I'm going off the beaten track talking about history again, which is that's another Not Man program, the history program. But for now, this is the DIY one. As you can see, now we're getting down quite deep now, yeah? The hole's really coming about now. And you can always tell, my hand span is about 9 inches really. So if we put it against the tool, that's about an 18. So we're getting close. A couple more inches down and we're actually in a good position. So I'm going to use the bolster, put the glove back on. You have to always wear gloves, and off we go again. Tool when you want to get deep down. There's little nooks and crannies and things you can't normally scoop out. It does help. They're quite cheap from the garden centre. I recommend you should buy a £10 or £12 one at this time. Get a good handle on it. Make sure it's good metal, and it will last you a lifetime. Just look after these tools. Don't leave them outside. Just keep them nice and dry. Right, well, we seem to have got down at last to the right depth. Right, so now I'm just going to scoop out this stuff. There. That's quite deep enough, I think. And now I'm going to show you a couple of really good tricks to get over this. So have a look in that hole a minute. Hello. Well, this is a concrete repair spur. They're about between £8 and £12 at the local builders merchants, Travis Perkins, Jewson, Wickes. There's a load of good suppliers out there. So now I'm going to fit this in. Once this is on, this post will be rigid for long into the future. So what we do is we just offer it up and we'll put it into the hole here, just for now, right? I'm going to make up the cement now. So keep your eyes on that a minute, and I'm going to knock up the cement and I'll be back to you in a minute. What I'm going to do now is make some rapid set post mix up. Now this goes off very quickly, 5, 10, 15 minutes is pretty solid. So when you're fencing and you don't want to make all day of it, you just want to get on with the job, you use this. So what I learned from my fencing colleague is we put some water in here. It's a bit like baking actually. We put a bit of this water in here just to give it a start. Yeah, and this is not cheap, but make it quite watery to start with. This what this will do, give it a stir. Don't inhale too much dust either. It does go off very, very quickly. I think I've just put a bit more in it, Just a little bit more, but not too much because we've got plenty here. Now what we want to do is make sure it's nice and strong. So a little bit more. There you go. Give it a nice mix just to get the water through. This makes it now already it's started to cure. Cure means to be going off. It's already starting on its journey. Right, now let's go over to the post and I'll show you how to start setting it in. Right, there it is mixed up, nice and liquidy. But before I do that, what I want to do is teach you a little trick. Nice bolt with a self tapper. Always put a washer on. Now, what you need to do now, and this is the tricky part, yeah? This is to save time later on. Other fencing contractors do it different ways than me, but what I want to do is get it right. So what we do is, we hold the post up until she's nearly vertical. We get the spur repair in line, put your foot against it. Now what I normally do is put the bolt through the top end of here, just to hold it into position. There she's nice and tight. Give it a slight tap. Just hold the top, bring her up. What that does, it holds it in. Then she's connected. I now got my spanner, which I'm going to adjust to the right dimension of the top of the nut to make sure she's on there. Look at that. Then when we start turning it, because this is the all important part now, this spur repair has to go onto it. As you can see, it's not the easiest job, but it takes a bit of time because it's actually cutting its way into the timber behind. It's tightening up nicely now. Keep turning it. The nut is there, and I'm pulling it around. Right, so she's now in position. What we're going to do is, I'm going to put the lever on it first, pull her up. That's actually good. So what I'm going to do now is put some rapid set. It's going off nicely. I'm going to get a nice mix in there, and I can hold it in position. Give it a good stir, making it come back to life a bit. Right, now it's all mixed up nicely. I'm going to put the first bit in there. There. Right, I'm going to work that into around the bottom. This is very quick stuff to go, so I'm going to use my level to pull it up. I'm going to hold it for a moment. Yes, it's coming up. If you can just look on that bubble line, if you can look at the top of the bubble.
Yeah. Now.
Right, is that enough? Right, so what you do now is, as you see, it's steadying up already. So I'm just going to put another load in here because that was the first bit. Just flop it in there. Yeah, it's getting there now. So what I'm going to do is pour this in here. Work it in there. As I said, this is rapid set, so this really goes. Yeah, it looks. In a minute this water will dry away. I've got a load in the bucket. Yep. Keep working it in there. Come on, come on. Right. Never waste a drop of anything, said my nan. Right, I'm just going to plunge it down. This, make sure it's fully mixed up. Right. Okay. I'll let that go now for 15 minutes, and we'll come back to that. So.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, it's set solid now, so the trick now is to put the stuff back in the hole. What I normally scurf this back in, start putting it in, and then what we do is we stamp on it to make sure it's down there. Now scurf some across with your foot. Yep, keep scurfing, stamping up and down, keep it nice and nice down. Don't worry, these weeds will grow back in a couple of weeks, but I'm not really going to do my garden now till spring, so I'm not too worried. There you go. Now as you can see, it's stamped in around it. Take that stain away there, we don't want that old brick there. A bit more soft dirt. Stamp it in, stamp it in. Always a bit of footwork. I I'm not a clog dancer, but I know a bit of footwork. There. So, nicely in.